Ever heard that saying, wealth doesn't last for more than 3 generations? It's kind of a gloomy thought, right? But what if we could actually break that cycle? What if we could build a legacy that truly lasts?
That's a question a lot of people, especially expats, grapple with.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're diving into today. We've been looking at some material that claims to have found the secret to long-term financial success, something that can benefit not just you, but your kids and even grandkids. And this deep dive is brought to you by Benefits for Expats, Inc. They specialize in helping expats just like you navigate the often complex world of international financial planning.
And it's fascinating how this plan tackles that age-old fear head-on.
Right, this idea that wealth fizzles out after a few generations.
Exactly. It's not just about building wealth, but about making it last. We're talking long-term, multi-generational planning, something that's especially crucial for expats who might have families spread across the globe.
Okay, so let's get into it. One of the things that really jumped out at me was this idea of 120-year coverage. 120 years. Does that even make sense? None of us are planning to be around for that long.
You're right, it's not about individual lifespans.
So what's the point?
It's about the power of time and how even small, consistent contributions can grow exponentially over
Is
generations.
this where compounding comes in? I always hear about it, but I'm not sure I fully get it.
Imagine this. You're 25, just starting out. You put aside a little each month, maybe what you'd spend on a couple of fancy coffees. It doesn't seem like much, right?
Right.
But over 120 years, the projections in this plan show that even a small monthly contribution could potentially grow into a substantial amount, thanks to the magic of compounding.
So you're saying my coffee money could turn into a small fortune for my great-grandkids.
Potentially. And that's the beauty of it. You're not just saving for yourself, you're laying the groundwork for generations to come. You're providing a financial safety net for your kids, maybe even grandkids.
Wow, that's incredible. But let's be realistic. Life throws curveballs. What happens if your situation changes? Get married, have kids, things happen.
You're absolutely right. And that's where the flexibility of this plan comes in.
So it's not like setting something in stone and hoping for the best.
Not at all. Let's say you start with a plan just for yourself, but later want to include your spouse. This plan lets you adapt and change coverage or beneficiaries as needed. It's like having a financial plan that grows and evolves along with your life.
So you're not locked into something you set up decades ago when your life looked totally different.
Precisely. And speaking of choices, this plan puts you in the driver's seat when it comes to how you pay for it, too.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
Well, there are different options for premium payments.
Okay.
You can choose to pay a larger amount up front for a shorter period or spread it out over several years with smaller payments.
So if I'm someone who likes to get things done up front, I could go with a shorter payment term, but if I prefer more financial flexibility right now, I could stretch it out.
You got it. It's about finding what works best for your individual financial situation and goals.
Makes sense. Now, there's one more thing I wanted to touch on, and it's something that always trips me up. Guaranteed versus non-guaranteed returns. Can you explain that in a way that even I can understand?
Of course, think of it this way. The guaranteed portion is like a rock-solid foundation. It's a steady stream of income that you can always count on no matter what.
So kind of like a safety net.
Exactly. But on top of that, there's the potential for non-guaranteed returns, driven by things like smart investment strategies and potential market growth. Think of it like planting a seed that's guaranteed to grow into a tree, but with the right conditions, it could become a giant oak.
So you're saying there's both a safety net and the potential for higher return.
You got it. It's about finding the right balance between security and growth. Now, I know the brochure we looked at showed some impressive non-guaranteed returns, even exceeding the guaranteed part. It's important to remember those are projections based on certain market conditions.
So it's not a sure thing, but it shows the possibilities.
Right. You're essentially getting the best of both worlds. Security and the potential for really significant growth.
Okay, this is all starting to make sense. But let's go back to our original question. Does this plan really mean we can break that 3-generation curse?
Well, no financial product can completely eliminate risk or guarantee generational wealth.
Right.
But this plan offers some powerful tools to help you build that lasting legacy. We've got the incredibly long coverage period, the flexibility to adapt to life's changes, and the potential for significant growth. It's not just about passing on money, it's about building something that can last.
So it's about making smart choices today to secure a brighter future for your family, even generations down the line.
Exactly. And that's something that any expat, especially those with families spread across different countries, should seriously consider.
You've definitely given me a lot to think about. I'm starting to see how these features and benefits could be a game changer for expats looking to build a lasting legacy.
Absolutely. And if you're intrigued by what you've heard today and want to learn more about how these types of plans can work for you, there are resources available to help.
Like our sponsor, Benefits for Expats. They specialize in providing financial guidance and support to expats, helping them explore different retirement and annuity plans and find the best solutions for their unique needs.
So if you're ready to take the next step in securing your family's future, reach out to Benefits for Expats at info@benefitsforexpats.com or visit their website at www.benefitsforexpats.com. They're there to help you navigate the complexities of international finance and create a plan that aligns with your long-term goals.
It's easy to get overwhelmed with financial planning, especially as an expat.
It can be a lot.
But it sounds like Benefits for Expats can really break things down and make it feel manageable.
Exactly. They understand the unique challenges that expats face and can provide personalized guidance to help you make informed decisions.
So, what are we waiting for? Let's dive deeper into some of the specific features and benefits that expats should consider when choosing a plan.
Sounds good to me. Let's explore how these plans can truly make a difference in building a lasting legacy for you and your family. One of the things that I found really interesting when we were looking at this stuff is how it really seems to understand the specific things that expats need.
Yeah, for sure. I was thinking the same thing. Like, we've talked about how flexible these plans are, but are there any other features that are specifically helpful for us, global nomads?
Well, let's think about that change of insured option for a second. We were talking about how you could switch from just covering yourself to a joint plan if you end up getting married.
Yeah, right. Life happens, you get married, things change.
Exactly. But this can go even further. Imagine this. You're living abroad. Your kids maybe end up living all over the world. Well, with this option, you could actually switch the plan to cover one of your children down the line, and it doesn't matter where they are in the world.
Whoa, that's amazing. It's like you're building this financial safety net that stretches across the globe.
That's a great way to put it. And it gets even better. A lot of these plans are made with expats in mind, so they have things like online account management, and you can get support in different languages. You can basically keep track of everything and make changes to your plan from anywhere.
So no more stressful phone calls, trying to figure out time zones and international paperwork. That's a huge EE relief for anyone who's had to deal with that kind of thing.
It definitely takes a lot of stress out of the process for sure. And speaking of making things easier, let's go back to those different ways you can pay your premiums. Remember, you have choices. You can pay more upfront for a shorter time, or you can spread out the payments over a few years with smaller amounts.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before. It's like,
Yeah.
do you go for the quick win or do you play the long game? What are some of the things that expats should be thinking about when they're trying to decide?
It really comes down to what your financial situation is right now and what your goals are. If you're an expat making a good income now, but you think it might change in a few years, it might be smart to front load your investment.
Get it locked in while you can, right?
Exactly. But if you're an expat who really values flexibility and maybe needs a bit more breathing room in their budget right now, spreading out those payments might be the way to go.
It's like deciding what's more important to you right now. Is it maximizing your growth potential or having flexibility in your cash flow so you can achieve other goals like buying property in a new country or supporting family back home?
Exactly. And that's what's so great about these plans. They let you make that choice. They give you the power to customize your approach based on your own unique experience as an expat.
This is seriously making me rethink how I approach financial planning. It's not just about saving for a rainy day anymore. It's about creating a legacy that can take care of my family no matter where they end up in the world.
That's the power of thinking about the long term. And it's especially important for expats who are building lives that often cross multiple countries and cultures.
It's almost like weaving a financial safety net that reaches across different countries and different generations.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And while there's no plan that can eliminate every single risk, the things we've talked about today definitely provide a sense of security and stability, and that's really valuable for expats.
Absolutely. And for those of you listening who are feeling inspired to explore these options, I know our sponsor, Benefits for Expats, would love to help you out.
They're a great resource for expats. They offer personalized advice and support to help you navigate the world of international financial planning, which can get pretty complicated.
So if you're ready to take charge of your financial future and build a lasting legacy for your family, get in touch with Benefits for Expats. You can email them at info@benefitsforexpats.com or visit their website at www.benefitsforexpats.com.
They can help you compare different plans, understand all the details, and find the right solutions for you based on your specific needs and goals as an expat.
So what are we waiting for? Let's dive even deeper into some of the finer points of these plans and explore how they can help you achieve your financial goals for the long term.
You know, as we've been talking about all this, I've realized something. It's not just about the technical parts of these plans, is it?
No, not really. It
Yeah.
feels like legacy planning is about more than just picking the right product or checking boxes on a form.
Exactly. It's about changing your whole mindset.
Yeah, thinking about the long term and thinking bigger than just yourself. And to be honest, that can be pretty overwhelming.
Especially as an expat. I mean, you're dealing with different currencies and different tax systems, and maybe you're even supporting family in multiple countries.
It's a lot to handle,
It is.
which is why having a plan like this can be so helpful. It's like a roadmap for your financial future, one that can deal with all the ups and downs that come with being an expat.
And think about the peace of mind that comes with that. Knowing that you've taken steps to protect your family no matter what happens in the future.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that. It's not just about the money. It's about the security and freedom that it can provide.
Exactly. It's about creating a legacy that gives your family opportunities and helps them live fulfilling lives.
And for expats, that legacy often stretches across different countries and cultures. It's about creating a strong foundation that supports your family wherever they end up in the world.
That's a great way to put it. So as we wrap up this deep dive, here's a question for you to think about. What does financial legacy mean to you with?
Is it making sure your kids can get a good education? Is it supporting your family back home? Or maybe it's about creating a financial cushion so future generations can follow their passions without any worries.
Whatever your vision is, remember, you don't have to figure this out on your own. Our sponsor, Benefits for Expats, is here to offer expert advice and support every step of the way.
They can help you explore your options, compare different plans, and find the solutions that fit your unique expat journey.
So if you're ready to take control of your financial future and build a lasting legacy for your family, reach out to Benefits for Expats at info@benefitsforexpats.com or visit their website at www.benefitsforexpats.com.
They're ready to help you make your vision a reality. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into legacy planning, brought to you by Benefits for Expats, Inc. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving